So the Fastned charger then, well, yeah, thankfully we had other things to do. We were watching stuff on on our iPhones and keeping nice and warm in the car. But so we started at 34% here, well over an hour ago. And for the first 20% up to sort of like, well, no, for the first 20 minutes up to about 46%, we're only charging at 23 kilowatts, and then it sped up to 38, and that's the best we saw on this Fastned charge, which is supposed to be 50. And then we got to sort of 75, 78%, and it slowed right down again to 23. Got above 80%, and it's just been dropping down, 17, 16, 15. We're going to come back here tomorrow just to do a little top up, but more to the point that there's a great big supermarket there with lots of things we're going to need to buy, like snacks for the journey. So the good thing about this is it's not like France where you pay per minute irrespective of how fast you're charging. So what do we got here? We've been here for an hour and 41. We're up to 87%, and it's cost us €28.92, call it 29 euros. So, it's not cheap, but it was a sure way of, we've got over 1,000 kilometers to do tomorrow. So we thought we'd at least get as much power on board as we can today. It's horrible. It's sort of just started snowing a little bit. So I'm going to stop this now. There we go. Okay. We got 41.96 kilowatt hours. So checked out of the hotel this morning. 3 nights. Hotel wasn't very busy. In fact, nowhere's very busy with the COVID stuff going on. All seemed pretty quiet. So we've come back to the Fastned charger, which is right by the huge supermarket, because we wanted to buy some things for our journey. We've got 1,020 or something like that kilometers to do today. We don't know if we'll get it all done today or whether we'll give up and pull in and find a hotel, but we are at 89%, charging at 8 kilowatts, obviously slowed right down now, and we're wondering whether to try to get to Metz in France, which is about just under 3 hours drive away, before we charge again, or there's another charger that Charge Map is recommending. So we're sort of torn between using the Charge Map route planner, which involves 6 stops to get home, but obviously they're shorter stops, and we'll see how we go from there. Long day ahead. So we've covered just under 200 kilometers, and we are in Saarbrucken, which is on the River Saar, as is Saarlouis. I've always wondered why those towns begin with S-A-A-R. Well, there's a river. It's just over there. Just driven over the bridge. So this is a charger that apparently can give 150 kilowatts. And when we arrived, we thought, it's busy, because there's an Audi Quattro plug-in hybrid here and a Hyundai Kona. But then they weren't using the CCS. The CCS was free. These guys look like they're kind of parked up in town, local. Yeah, looking at the registrations. Yeah, SB. So they're both Saarbrucken vehicles, and so they're, obviously just happy to use the slow charger while they go off and do something else. So it's not as cold as it was when we came over here, but it is 4 degrees. we arrived with like 39% charge, so we went from 90 down to 39, covered 200 kilometers. The charge map planning said we would be at around 33, and they recommend staying here for 26 minutes and getting back up to 71. But this sort of whole east of Paris, the A26 and the A6, I think it is, there's not a lot. Once I get down to Troyes, and there's a Ionity charger there, and then from there we can get all the way to just north of Orléans. So it's 1,040 kilometers trip home according to the sat nav, and we are, say, happily charging at Stiag, powered by Stiag. There you go. So we're back up to 80% again. It didn't charge, the maximum speed we got was 41 kilowatts, and after about 64% it charged, it dropped to 23, 24, but it did stay at that all the way to 80. So Stiag then is, in fact, the offices of Stiag, that's there, just behind us. They're a new energy company, only dealing with renewables, and I've noticed that inside their offices they've actually got a couple more of these chargers, so obviously encouraging the employees to come to work in the electric car, or probably better to bike. Most people around here on their bikes is great. And say, just had a wander down to the river there. So yeah, we've got 305 kilometers on. The next one is another 137 kilometers on from here. I mean, 86 miles. It's a corridor charger in France. They don't have a very good reputation, and at the moment they're showing us busy, but we're going to get to there, because beyond that you've then got quite a long way to go to get back to the Ionity chargers, which are just south of Troyes, which is where we're probably going to end up. So just under 200 kilometers done, still a hell of a lot to do. So thanks to Mrs. e-Niro, another 100 kilometers driven to the most ridiculous charger I've ever seen. This is just off the A4 at Verdun, famous of course for the World War I battles, lots of memorials around here. It's thick fog, it's horrible driving. We've done 330k, and I don't know if I can show you how daft this is. I mean, Charge Map was telling me for the last 3 hours that this was busy, but it's clearly not, and we're getting 45 kilowatts, so nice and fast. It's run by EDF, Group Isvisia, but it's right on a busy roundabout. We are literally sort of a little way away, and there's a thing on that's been just knocked over. So, you know, but it's a sort of there's one parking space sort of sideways on. There's a CHAdeMO and a CCS. Just going to swap round. And the only way you can get onto it is just sort of by driving sideways, because the road is just there. There's a roundabout up there, and it's pretty busy. But anyway, we're on the charger. Probably won't have to be here that long. I don't know. We're going to plan the next leg. And we arrived at 44% it was. So it's saying 30 minutes to get up to 80. We're going to see. So here we are at the craziest sort of charger. Yeah, Mrs. e-Niro there doing some heroic driving in this fog, and this is a really strange place. We're kind of perched
on the edge of a pavement. But the charge is absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's only 25 euro cents a kilowatt hour, and it's €1.40 for a standing charge. So, and the other thing is, at the last charger, which was all very heavy duty oil-filled cables, German, you know, in Saarbrucken, as soon as we got to 64%, it dropped from 40 kilowatt charge speed down to 23. Well, we're at 71%, 72% now, still running at 42 kilowatts, and this has peaked out at 47 on a 50 kilowatt charger. So it is a bit of a mystery why the battery management system, it must be just to do with the battery management system talking to the charger, deciding what they're going to do, setting some limits. I mean, I'm quite happy for it to err on the side of caution, because obviously we want the battery to last a long, long time, but it's a bit of a puzzle. Yep, here we are. It looks like we're going to go all the way to 80%. Certainly we're at 72 now, 42 kilowatts, and we've got 275k of range. We're going to do a long hop now. We're going to ignore the advice of ChargeMap, and there's an Ionity charger that we used on the way over here, just off the main A5, but it is another 195 kilometers or so. So, you know, 1 hour 40 at the absolute fastest, but we won't make that speed in this fog. So anyway, 73%, 42 kilowatts, still going. We'll be out of here in 3-4 minutes, I think. So we are at 75%. It's dropped to 22 kilowatts now, and we've been on for 32 minutes. So time to get out of Dodge, I think.